Knightskye, let's do your VOD. Now, I'm gonna try to be hard on you as best as I can. This is a 10-minute VOD. Hopefully it's... So I prefer VODs to not be a face roll in either direction because they tend not to make good VODs. If it is a face roll, hopefully it's in your direction. Oh, look, you got Jane. Yeah, that is Jane. Holy shit! But yeah. So we'll see how this goes. It's pretty short though.
Jane.
Oh, that's the first thing you mentioned.
Monka S.
Monka S. I don't know. I think he's a little overrated, but maybe that's just me. Maybe well, you know, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see in this game.
Like Dallas Shield blue? That's actual Jane?
Yeah, I got that.
Dude, yeah, that's we all have fuel. We all have fuel.
Now I have Excelsior.
Yeah, fine.
I will protect the innocent.
Hell yeah, we're all not
So Mercy, Zen, meta. You have a Pharah, so I'm assuming it's gonna be like a Genji or Widow next. Oh, Widow. Duh.
Can we beat Jane? Is the question.
Let's just watch my stream.
Fucking Jane, are they good? The streamer guy, like Canada.
The coach?
Like he Canada coach.
Remember your
Yeah,
training,
he's just
and
using
we'll get through this
too,
just
not like
fine.
anybody there.
Oh, okay, good. I mean, he's playing Mercy, so.
XD, me too. Don't peek though, I'm only breaking these railings for the Mercy game.
Oh, we should have made our profiles public for private.
Oh well.
Yeah, probably know I'm gonna play Fire now. XD lol. Oh, I fucked that up.
Yeah, you did.
Oh well.
I gotta remember, you're GM. Gotta be hard on you. So it might take me a moment to get used to this again, but let's give it a whirl.
I am empowered.
Oh, I already love the wall cover you use. It's already looking better than lower SR play. So I'm gonna try to not compliment you so much and try to focus on critiquing you. Note that your gameplay probably is very nice. So
They have a Widow. He's bottom right. Oh, I got
they have a Widow, Pharah, Mercy.
I got blue.
Farah? Farah on her.
Why is she going over there? Wait, hold on.
Edge out for a bridge flank.
Whoa.
Damage.
Whoa.
Field right.
Widow. He's bottom right. Oh, I got blue.
Farah? Farah on her Widow?
And why did
Farah on her Widow?
Mercy disconnect? I guess because he just thought,
Hard edge?
Out for
That-
a bridge flank.
oh, that's Jane too.
Get that shield out of the way.
So that was bad of the Mercy, or the Pharmacy combo to overextend like that. It's good that you followed up and like pressure that out. But try to keep mind of that Widow. It's like that entire time she could have had a chance to snipe you, so get out of there as quick as you can.
Shield out of the way.
You're behind the shield, which is nice. You're behind that, which is nice. Okay.
What up, top right?
Huge shot!
Nice. So now that both DPS are dead, you aggress. Oh, nice.
We're trying. Huge.
Okay, nice.
Farah's back.
So it's a reset now. Want to be careful with that Widow. So but you're using the roof cover very nicely, so it doesn't seem like she could pick you so easily. So it still doesn't limit your play in. You're still able to get some poke in, so that's nice.
Send that.
Easy.
Alright, he's done.
So you're not taking any risks, which is good. But you are down a deep PS, so...
Widow half. Dead.
Oh my gosh, that Widow. How did she miss those shots?
I see. Ah, fuck. Shit.
And that was probably because of flight management, right? You got hit by the Zarya, looks like, I think. Yeah. So you got focused out by the Zarya a little, and then a Fair Rocket Like, look how quickly your HP dropped. 200,
Dead.
195, 1... Shit. So,
Widow half.
120, right? Like, if you drop below 120, you're done for in a fair 1v1. And look how quickly you drop. So, that was just by the... you weren't Discorded, were you?
Widow half. Dead.
Yeah, so that was literally just by Zarya beam. Fly a little higher and you should have been fine. So your Reinhardt's down. They're gonna aggress a lot more, so you're gonna have to start backing up and go into a very safe position, right? Ideally, the building that's kind of behind you. Is this behind? Is this behind? This behind? Anyways, this general direction. Kind of use that building for cover. When you find the Widow, you could maybe make some changes, flank, contest Widow herself. But for the most part, yeah, you're right now you're in a dangerous spot. So let's see how you respond. Hug the right a little more. Hug the right a little more. Watch out with that Widow. Is that okay? So that was your vision. So very nice. Okay, so now you know where Widow's at. So perfect. You actually did exactly what I thought you should do. So yeah, you just have free range all over their tanks. Let someone else take care of the Widow that's kind of has this line of sight, and it should be good, right? Everything should be nice and peachy.
Widow right side.
So
Yep, I'm ready.
you should kind of expect that, alright? So a better idea. So with the shot earlier, even if you didn't know Widow shot at you earlier, you could have concussioned to like this general area, to where either Rhine or even the payload could cover you, and then just rain justice from here in this direction. From obviously this direction, Widow has a perfect line of sight on you. If you were here, the only line of sight she could possibly have is through here, and it's like through the grav too. Like she would have to look past the grav, find you, and get that headshot. But you just made it entirely too easy for her. You are a fair Grandmaster player, and you obviously really know a lot of her mechanics and a lot of her positioning, a lot of her game sense. So I think the critiques I'm going to have for you are going to be more macro play, more looking at scoreboards and understanding like what their comp has and like avoid their strengths. So I don't see you press scoreboard often enough. And that's really important because that lets you kind of know what you can and cannot get away with. Normally you could get away with an ult like this, but because of the Widow you can't. So
Widow right side, far, looking for ult. Far in the back.
luckily their Widow isn't that great. Neither is the Pharah really. They're both kind of shite.
I don't know if I'll get back.
Yeah, walls.
Keep the shield up, Ramos.
So they have walls and your Widow's downed. You know she's in this general direction, so you kind of want to hover a little, like a little more to your right. You just want to prevent this line of sight from getting you. You want to prevent this line of sight from getting you. You want to prevent in case she magically thinks this is a good idea. Stop this flank from getting you, or even this flank, right? Like, she has line of sights, she has intel, you don't. So the only intel you have is some of them are pushing through mid, like the tanks are, and she was last seen mid, taking out your Widow. So you're gonna have to play it very, very safe. It should be Widow's job to pressure you, so.
No, dude. I read in 1 second. Okay.
They have grab, they got grab barrage.
That's not a fair player. How are they in GM? I don't understand.
Can.
You're fine, you're fine. Random charge, random charge.
Nice.
Widow dead.
So that's good. Always try to neutralize your threats, even though Widow tends to quote-unquote beat Pharah's in 1v1s. It's still kind of your job to contest her and neutralize her, and that way you could move on to her rest of her team if she's constantly pressuring you. So
Random charge, random charge.
Okay, what up,
you made the first move. That Widow's bad,
Widow dead.
so
Ryan, push on this run, push on this run, push on this run.
That's very nice.
Target one, target one. Okay, she's half. Target one, target one. Okay, she's half.
Dollar. Dagger. Go now, go now.
I
Go on,
am
Hagrid.
power. Move back.
Go. See? Go, wait,
Okay, yeah.
Widow bridge.
I
Someone's bridge.
didn't kill
Yeah,
the
it's
time.
Widow. She's dead.
yeah. So you gotta be very so. Hold on, let me see this really quick.
Push on this run, push on this run.
That's very nice.
Target one, target one. Okay, she's half.
So right now you should think, okay, Widow's respawning.
I am
Go on,
She's stepping out, probably coming out their spawn right about now. And now you should be very, very scared to pursue this. I like that you're being this aggressive.
Okay.
I guess. God, this Widow's bad. I guess she kind of went through like here, maybe through here. Widows on this map, if they're gonna go this left side, it should only be on the beginning of the match. Now that the payloads push, the Widow needs to like always come out through this side if they're gonna go through main, right? Unless they're gonna go through bridge, then of course that makes sense. But they should always come out through here so that way they immediately have line of sight of what's going on. That's a bad Widow. That Widow's really bad. How are they in GM? I don't know.
Widow bridge.
I
Someone's bridge.
didn't kill
Yeah,
the
it's
time.
Widow. It's Widow. She's
Urban
rotating.
Blue.
Holy latency.
Ryan, this one. They have no.
Where's Widow? Why is she not flanking?
Grab out, kick
They're off. They're at.
Yep.
I think this is my free under us.
sniper detected.
Oh, there she is.
Good. Ryan's behind us. Ryan, this one. Ryan, this one. Ryan.
I'm gonna die. See. Oh fuck. Well, get in the air, nice.
Did you pierce her then?
I'm gonna die.
Ryan's behind us. Ryan, this one. Ryan, this one. Ryan.
I'm gonna die.
So that was a good play considering like they picked one, you picked one, then they picked one, and you turned it around.
See. Oh,
So
well, get in the air,
brought your mercy a little low, but
Ryan, this one.
Oh fuck. Well, get in the air, nice.
Did you pierce her then?
who's Jane pistoling?
I'm gonna die.
Maybe I'm picking on Jane a little here, but who is he pistoling? Oh,
I'm gonna die. See. Oh fuck. Well, get in the air, nice.
Did you pierce her then?
I guess your mercy. Okay.
Fly to me.
Zen, Zen.
Have to reload.
So your EPM is really good. Like you have many different actions per like 5 seconds, per 10 per second, really. APS, let's call it that. But you're moving from target to target very quickly, which is good. It's just something to keep up. So,
I'm dead.
and your camera management's really good.
Thank
Or at least you're not wasting time staring at like certain, just like the same spot over and over. So, for long periods of time. So, yeah, you know what? I'll keep playing. I'll keep playing.
No, don't mouth yet.
Fly to me. Fly to me. Fly to me.
They have shovel.
Train this up.
They
Train
should
this
have
up.
hanging soon. Be careful, fire.
Yep.
Spamming shield. Spamming shield.
Screaming shield. Ryan's half dead.
I like that you. That Ryan's so bad. I like that you focus the Ryan in a very safe position. Because of there's a really bad Widow, but you're still playing very safe to where that Widow can't easily contest you. I don't know why that Widow doesn't just contest, like, really, like, come on, like, Widow has a great line of sight here, like, why not? And then just the more you push up, the better line of sight, right? And the more you push up, the better line of sight, right? Like, holy shit. Or even just the back left, like to your back left. Even fucking like over here, fucking over here. This Widow has been going through main like all game. It pains, it hurts. It hurts so much.
Spamming shield, spamming shield.
Spamming shield. Nice half dead.
Mercy Discord, Mercy Discord.
God, holy lag.
Widow dead.
Sorry, no person, sorry, no.
Why did Mercy fly?
Spamming shield, spamming shield.
Spamming shield. Nice half dead.
Mercy Discord, Mercy Discord.
Stalking, let's go.
Widow dead.
Sorry, no person, sorry, no
Mercy
person.
dead.
Sorry, one,
Sorry,
one.
sorry.
Huge.
Like, oh, so like, maybe I'm expecting too much out of my team, because always to my team they gotta be aware of these kinds of things, like where the DPS are at, where the focal points of, like, where the main sources of damage are coming in through. Like, Ryan should have recognized he was getting blasted by you. Ah, well, I mean, I shouldn't do critique for others. You know what?
Spamming shield.
I'm getting carried away here. Getting carried away. Your VOD, your VOD, your VOD.
Stalking, let's go.
Widow dead.
Sorry, no person, sorry, no
Mercy
person.
dead.
Sorry, one,
Sorry, sorry.
Huge. Doom.
Get this dense. Yeah, done. Go.
So their team is
Does a great hold.
like extremely botted out. Your team did really good, but they extremely botted out.
They might try this.
Jane's ult.
Deals best.
I'm fine now.
Hey Zara, you can go, like, maybe like your full skin. Or everyone. Avrak, make sure you're going full skin.
I'm
Skin.
using it.
Blue one, my guy? On
Yeah,
Zara.
Cyber Goth.
What?
The
That's
blue
prob-
skin.
Yeah, that's probably the
Goth
darkest blue you'll get.
What?
Blue Zarya Goth skin.
I might just actually go over this as a team VOD, explain Masters and GM play, and
Look at him.
Oh, Cyber.
just kind of to show how far away they are not. So, maybe I'll do a second VOD of just explaining everything, but I'm gonna try not to get carried away.
Central.
I prefer you to scout. It's super petty, but I prefer you to scout instead of jamming out.
I'm gonna pocket Avrak because we're getting, like, kind of something.
It's all good though.
Pharah. Sorry, they got Diva. Diva Orisa.
Mercy
Oh,
Discord.
goodbye.
Diva Orisa. So it's good that you went this route. Rialto is actually really good for this route. He didn't do what the Pharah did. It looks like where she just, I don't know what that Pharah is doing half the time. But I like that you take this route. Hopefully you don't overextend too much because you don't know who their other DPS is, and if it's a Widow or hit scan, you might want to be a little careful. But
Kind of pushing for red after this one.
that was a bit of an overshoot.
I'm dead. Fuck.
Nice, pushing for red after this one.
Those are two overshoots actually. Was that be?
Nice,
Yeah.
Oh, I need heals. I'm dead. Fuck.
nice.
But overall, really nice. That's a junk. Okay.
Where's Pharah?
Oh, I got blue, sorry.
That's it.
So after you kill Pharah, you just basically have free reign over them.
I'm dead.
That's the only.
Yeah, they're duping the fuck out of
You're
this.
not far. Nice.
Nice.
And that's why that spot is good, because Diva can't do shit from that spot. And since she already blew boosters, I'm not sure if you knew this, but it's okay to really aggress, because there's definitely nothing she could do, at least for, fuck, what is it? Let me see here. Fuck, what already put this? Overwatch Heroes. Diva. Fucking... Is it really only 5 seconds? Fuck. Well, you have a time to aggress for a little while,
Push up. I
but
need to guys. No, what the
oof.
Shit, guys.
Why are they all clumped there? Okay, well, hopefully they don't clump there again. If so, then they're just bad. Yeah, nope, they're... Okay, so Pharah's coming in. So at that distance, she's probably not gonna land any shots. Also, like Junkrat isn't really gonna be able to contest you. So instead of wasting time, oh, this is a lyrical song. Fucking like, god damn it. Anyways. So yeah, you don't need to focus Pharah at this distance. The chances of you hitting each other are pretty low. You could kind of hover right over them using this building for cover until Pharah gets a little closer. And until she gets to about, I want to say 20 meters, 25 meters. Right now she's like at 30, 40, 35, let's say. You still have a bit of time to like get some free poking, right? So until she gets closer, don't take on that Pharah 1v1.
Far south.
You landed that. Lol.
Versa have, Versa have.
Gotta push through here, boys. We're split.
If you can take out that far, I can ult.
This year one. Far on me, far this way.
I can't see you, Knight. Knight, where are
Yep,
you?
Got this.
Hello.
I'm by the Orisa.
On me, still on me. Far one.
So you, hold on.
Far on me, far this way.
I can ult.
This year one.
So I'm gonna take this one a little slow. Let's do 0.5. Oh, that's gonna get annoying. Hold on. Let's bring back fucking Alan Watson or whatever the fuck his name is. So I will say, try not to look down. Like the moment you know that you're safe to land here, start looking around. Oh, I guess you were gonna do that. But you also saw the Mercy fly, and I see you trying to look for a target here, which is good. Ooh, excuse me, I burped a little. And I guess you were just going for easy picks, but Mercy was a little out in the open. Could have forced her GA, then probably forced her to do something a little more stupid. It's kind of unfortunate that they put the shield down as soon as you ulted. Hold on. Actually, let me see that on regular speed.
Hello.
I'm by the Orisa.
On me, still on me. Far one.
Yeah, that's a really short react. It's like half a second. As a gamer, you should probably have like 0.2, 0.3 second reflex time. Arguably, you had time to stop that. It's just trying to burn through 900 HP, and if the other targets are around to destroy you. Still got the Rissa, which is nice. And I guess you're our offense. Ooh, and your Widow popped off a little. Or not your Widow, but just your team got a couple picks. So, overall, it was a little risk. Probably worth the reward. If your team didn't get any picks, obviously it wouldn't be worth it. So that was a close call. It would probably help your team push. Try to be wary of those situations. Like, why are they clumped up here again? Like, Jane, you don't need to be that close. You don't need to be that. Okay, anyways, I'll stop.
Mercy dead, then Mercy.
Push on this earth.
Yeah, Orisa, nice. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I should have protected you. What a fuckhead.
That Pharah is so bad.
Ride's behind.
Is he? You hear something I didn't?
Diva this one. Burn this Diva. Burn Diva. Diva this one. Burn this Diva. Burn Diva.
Here, right? Which means you could peek a little, right? Like, oh shit. I want to look at your aim in this fight really quick.
Nice, we got Valkyrie here.
Back, back, back. Burn back, burn back, burn back.
Back burn.
Almost double, almost double.
Soldier, soldier, soldier.
Nice shadow, nice shadow.
Nice, go soldier.
Good game, guys.
Your close range shots are pretty good. Yeah, a little short of a VOD. I prefer it to be on the longer end, but it's a nice first VOD. Get one where you have a harder time, and you'll be able to learn more from those, aside from like these trash players. So none of them deserve to be anywhere close to GM.